Loki and the fishing net. Listen, you all know the usefulness of the fishing net, which sustains many of our people who live around the ocean. This is how it was discovered, a great good out of a great ill. After Baldur's death, the anger of the Aesir against Loki, who had brought it about, knew no bounds. In fear for his life, he fled and hid himself in a high mountain, in a hut that he built himself. This hut had 4 doors, so that he could keep watch in every direction. From time to time, tiring of this watchkeeping, he went to a nearby river and changed himself into a salmon, where he hid. One day, while Loki was sitting in his hut, he gave thought to how the Aesir might catch him in his fish form. Fish hooks and fish spears and fish traps he knew and could avoid, but there might, he thought, be other ways of catching a fish. And one morning, as he walked outside, he saw the web of a spider glistening with dew, and it gave him an idea. He unpicked a few threads from the bottom of his tunic and knotted them together in a pattern not unlike that which the spider had woven. A large enough web of this sort, he thought, might catch one fish, or many. He was so interested in this idea that he forgot to keep proper watch, and it was only when the ground beneath him began to tremble that he looked up and saw the approach of Thor and the other Aesir. In panic, Loki dropped his web of threads into his morning fire and fled to the river, where he took his salmon form. Most of the Aesir followed him, but wise Kvasir stopped to inspect Loki's hut. In the ashes of the fire he saw the pattern of the thread web, burnt but not destroyed. For a long moment he stared at it, and then he smiled, knowing that Loki had woven his own destruction. With linen cords at Kvasir's direction, the Aesir created a net, the first fishing net ever made. They weighted the bottom with stones and made it long enough to span the river and high enough to reach from the bottom to above the water. Then Thor waded across the river with one end, and the rest of the Aesir held the other, and they began to drag the net from the waterfalls toward the sea. Twice Loki evaded them, hiding between stones or leaping over the net. But the last they caught him and took him away to his long punishment. But what, you may ask, happened to this first fishing net? The stories do not say, but I think that Njord, the god of the sea, saw it lying abandoned beside the river, and he saw how it might benefit the seafaring men that he loved. He carried it away and gave it to them, teaching them its use and its making, a great gift which has been the life of many of our people. And that was how the fishing net came to be.